Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be playing Handmancers. The game is a first-person deck builder with a combat style focus around rock, paper, scissors. I'm excited to play this game, so let's get into it. And here at the character select screen, we're going to go with Crest. She's the only one available at the moment, as this is just a demo. She specializes in the scissor deck, so she gains more base damage for scissor than she does rock or paper cards. So let's go. And here is our map. We got two battles, it looks like, so Slimy and Zip the Tribe Goblin before we can continue on. So let's go with the first battle. So here we are in our first battle. We got a Slimy. He has 6 health overall, and his first attack damage that he's going to go with is rock. So he's going to go for the rock style. And if you know, with rock, paper, scissors, paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, and then scissors beats paper. So that's basically all that game is around combat. There is some more mechanics later on, like with hand cramps and stuff. So here I have some scissor cards. I have a rock card and a paper card. If I were to play the scissors card, I would do no damage to him because rock beats scissors, even though the base damage is higher for me. I would negate that damage and he would instead attack me for 2 health. If I pick a rock, we would actually parry, so no damage would be taken on either side. And if I do a paper, he wouldn't be able to attack me, but I would be able to attack him for 1. Let's go ahead and do that and end my turn. As you can see, 1 damage is down, and now he's attacking with the scissor style. So if I want to parry, I could go with the scissors, but if I want to actually hit him, I'm going to go ahead with this rock here. And now, as you can see, we have this new sprint button. What the sprint does is discards all of my cards in hand, and then it gives me a new set of cards. But if I have cards already in my hand before I sprint, it's going to give me 1 cramp card, which is going to be my hand cramp mechanic. A hand cramp card cannot win. There are some different mechanics later on, some power-ups that could make a hand cramp worth it, but at the moment I don't need a sprint because he's playing paper. And I have scissor cards here, so I won't take any damage. And each scissor card is a little bit different. You can see there's different power-ups to different cards. For example, this one has what's called Crimson Feast. It deals 3 damage, inflicts 2 bleed, and takes pure damage at the beginning of the turn and then reduces that stat by 1, so it has a bleeding effect. And this one's called Flurry of the Blows. It deals 1 damage 2 times, so he'll get hit again, I believe. And this one has no effects. It doesn't really matter which one I pick because each one has a base attack of 3 and he only has 3 health left. So we're just going to put 1 down, go ahead and end our turn, and win the battle. As you can see, it's got this really cool effect at the end. And here's our loot screen. So at the end of the battle, we're going to get to be able to pick our loot. So we have 2 little spots we could fill, and each one costs 1 of those spots. Some of them cost 2 spots. So we just got to pick which ones that we want and then go on to the next battle. So if we take a look at some of these, so we got Stonemorphous. It removes all the debuffs to the self and grants 1 shield for each debuff it removed away. This one's Cleanse. It removes all your debuffs by 1. Corrosion deals 1 damage, inflicts 2 of weakness, deals 50% damage for the next X actions. This one is called Ring of Madness. You can't heal yourself. I don't know why I would choose that one. This one's worth 2. It's the Ring of the Leech. Every 3 times you deal damage, you heal 1 HP. The Ring of the Joker. Every time you inflict weakness damage, you deal 1 damage. So these 2 would work hand in hand, because every time I deal a weakness damage, it deals an additional damage. And then Ring of the Leech, every 3 times you deal damage, heal 1 HP. I'm going to go with that, and we're going to go ahead and go to the next battle. And here we got Zip the Tribe Goblin. He's a funny little green looking dude. He's got some random guy's hand that he's playing with. He's got a big old hernia that he needs to get looked at. And he's right now fighting with rock damage and scissor damage. He's got 2 when he ends his turn that he's going to hit us with. He's also got this buff here. It's sharp. Every wind inflicts 1 bleed damage to us. So we got to make sure he doesn't hit us or we're going to hit that bleed. So for rock, I actually don't have any paper builds here. I do have a rock, so I can parry that. And then scissor, I don't have any rocks left I can play. I think it's best that I just parry both of these. That way neither of us can hit. And right now he is dealing paper and scissors. So we're going to get a bleed on him and then do a no effect for the parry. It's got that bleed on him now, so he takes 1 pure damage at the beginning of the turn. So every beginning of his turn, he's going to get 1 damage added onto him. And right now he's got rock and paper. I could sprint, but that'll give me a hand cramp. I wonder if I play this on the paper and then sprint. Okay, that did not give me a hand cramp. So if I play a card, that would release everything in my deck and will not let me get the hand cramp if I sprint, which is good to know. And he's playing rock here, so we could do one of these papers. Now I'm going to be able to hit him twice. It does lock it though, so you won't be able to change it out. I just sprinted, didn't I? I got a hand cramp. Oh, I just sprinted when I meant to end my turn. Okay, so now you know what not to do. No, now he's down to 3 health. If I play this hand cramp, it will take it out of my deck, but he will be able to hit me. He only has 3 health, so I only have to hit him once. So if I do the paper, well, I have to hit him 3 times if it's going to be 1 damage. So we're going to end that turn. He should be on 1 health. Oh, nope, it hit twice. Oh, I forgot my bleed effect was still active. I love that effect that it does when you win a battle. Okay, so we got more loot here. We have double blade, which deals 2 damage to self and then deals 5 damage. So I'll deal 2 damage to myself, then it deals them for 5 damage. Grow, I grant 2 courage, which deals plus 50 damage for the next however many actions. Thirst, I deal 1 damage every time this card wins, double the damage. Then I got Ring of the Greed. Your cramps gain the following effect, deal 1 damage. Ring of Empower, at the beginning of the combat, grant 1 empower, and Ring of the Needle, every 3 actions inflict 1 weakness. So these upgrade my cards. I want to think about upgrading one of them, kind of like the grow effect. So I'm going to get that and I want to place it on one of these scissors. Actually, I'm going to do it on one of my rocks. So click and drag it to the rock, adds it in there, has a little cool effect that plays. Ooh, you can move your card around. I have one more to pick. I'm going to pick this as well. That way, in case I do accidentally click sprint instead of in turn again, which I know is probably going to happen, my cramps will actually gain an effect, which will deal 1 damage. So they technically won't be that bad to play. And here we have a larger map. We could branch off into 2 sides. So I could go up here and get a tavern, feast upon a random meal to boost your stats, and then a battle with Fufu. I come over here. After the battle, I'll get the Temple of Trinity. Swap one of your cards type and gain power. So I can get rid of one of my scissor cards right here that have no effects and get like a paper one or another rock. That's interesting. It also gains power, so it will be 2 damage instead of 1. And then the boss, which is the warlord. If I take the bottom path, I get the Mirror of Fate, duplicate one of your gems. So it'll duplicate probably not one of those gems. I think that's a tier 2 gem, and over here is a tier 1 gem. I'll probably duplicate a tier 1 gem, so like these. And then the Well of Wishes. Reroll or duplicate one of your artifacts. And your artifacts are these. I think I'm going to go top path. So first I'm going to do the feast. So I get to pick one of these. Okay, so this one, the Golden Griffin Shank. I raise my max HP by 9. And I get 1 scissor base damage, which would turn them all to 4, which isn't bad. The Sweet Protein Salad. I get 1 base damage for all cards, minus 1 rock base damage, and then plus 1 rock base damage. So it'll just bring those back to 1. Boar Head with Arrow Seasoning, 2 plus scissor base damage. So I'll bring those to a 5. And then minus 1 paper, which would make them worth nothing. Then 3 plus paper damage plus 1 base damage. And then 2 plus rock base damage, and 1 paper base damage, and 1 scissor base damage. That's a good all-arounder. I think I'm going to choose that. Okay, let's get into our battle with Fufu here. So it looks like Fufu's another imp. He's just Fufu the bandit. So he has Sharp. Every win inflicts 1 bleed. He has Thief. Every turn steals a card. So every turn that we take, he's going to steal one of our cards. And then for the stolen cards, we have to keep hitting him to get it back. Okay, so we don't want to parry a lot. So I got a paper here. Go ahead and put that rock there.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And then we got a rock, put a paper there, and then scissors. I guess we're going to parry and end my turn. Oh, I didn't do rock, paper, scissors correctly. Okay, so I got hit there. I don't have any cards because he stole 2 of my cards. So I'm going to sprint, get some new cards. So scissors, that's where I want my rock. And this one's got growth. So I'm going to deal 50% damage for the next however many actions. Paper here. I got this card here, given the bleed effect. And then another rock. So I'm going to parry that. And then I sprinted, of course, because I meant to end my turn. I will probably do that another 3 or 4 times, to be honest with you. But I do got this hand cramp here, and it's got the Ring of the Greed artifact on it. So I'm going to deal 1 damage if I have to play that, which isn't bad. So I'm going to hit him twice here, and that courage hit him twice, it looks like. Okay, and I got 1 of my cards back. Okay, so he's got rock. I don't have any paper. I do have a rock. He's got scissors next. I do have a rock for that, and then paper. So what I could do is hit him. No, I could parry, and then hit him. I think that sounds like the plan. And because I have this Ring of the Leech, every 3 times I deal damage, which I'm going to be dealing damage at least once or twice out of it, it looks like, I gain some health back, which is nice. I need all the health that I can get. So he's dealing paper damage here, rock damage here, and scissor damage. So let's see. I could do the scissors for the paper. I could do the paper for the rock and the rock for the scissors. Okay, I can hit him 3 times here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Rock right there, and then a paper here. In the turn, and there he goes. He's down. Perfect. And here we can pick our loot again. Peace of Mind stance. The card considers all losses as parries, which would be very, very nice if I ever had to pull that card. Deal 1 damage every time this card wins. Double this damage. Draw hands until your hand is full, add a cramp to your deck. We got Ring of the Martial Arts as an artifact. Every time you play a card, you deal 2 damage. That would be nice. Ring of the Berserker, at the end of turn, deal 1 damage yourself, and then it deals 3 damage to the person. Ring of the Commander, every 2 times you win, grant 1 courage. I think I'm gonna go for this Ring of the Martial Arts to help me deal some damage along the way. And now we're going to the Temple of Trinity, so we get to swap out one of those cards. Okay, so I think I'm going to swap out one of these basic scissors and then go for a paper. There we go. And now it's time for the boss battle for the Warlord. Okay, so the Warlord here, he's another imp, but he just put a pot on his head and got a spatula. This might be the first imp that we ran into because of the hand, but I think the other one was a different color. Okay, so he's got 3 rocks here that he's going with first. He's got 2 more new effects. So Scissors and Rage. Every time you play a scissor, +1 scissor base damage on him. So okay, so every time we play a scissor, it's going to add to his scissor score over here. So if this was a scissor 1, then it will turn to a scissor 2. And then the Duelist considers all parries with scissor, paper, and rock as a win for him. Okay, so looks like we could really only parry. That's what I'm going to do, which is going to be a win for him, except for... No, I don't have that card in here. Okay, so it's going to turn into a win for him. I do get to have 2 shield. So I'll take a damage and then grant 2 shield for the next damage. But every time I do play a rock, his rocks do gain base damage as well. Okay, he's down to 91, mainly because I had that Ring of the Martial Arts. Oh, so that is a very helpful one. And here he's got all scissors, all paper, I should say. I have my scissors here. I'm going to go ahead and get those. Sprint. Let's see. Deal 1 damage 2 times. I want to do that at the end. We're going to go ahead and end our turn. Not sprint again. I almost hit that. Learning my lesson at the very last fight. So here he's got all scissors and I have mainly paper. So I think I'm going to have to sprint here. I'm going to have to put my... yeah, I'm gonna have to put my scissors there and then sprint. I'm gonna get that cramp, and that did not help me at all. I got my 3 paper back. Okay, so I might have to sprint again. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my cramp and then parry the last one, which is still gonna be a win for him. So I'll lose there, I'll lose there, I'll lose there. Okay, I'm down to 4 health. He's down to 46. His scissors are now base 5 damage and his rocks are now base 4 damage. So that's actually 6 damage because it's +5. That's great. He's got all rocks here and I have all paper. So this is going to help me out a lot. In my turn, I should have sprinted at the end of that because I think that gives me an extra sprint on the next turn. And here I'm just going to be wasting it. So please rocks, please rocks, please.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
No, please scissors. Please scissors. Please scissors. Please scissors. Okay, I got 2 scissors. Go ahead and put that one there and that one there. I just gonna hit them twice. Do I sprint? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sprint. Awesome, I got another scissors. Let's do that there and in my turn. That bleed effect is helping me out immensely, as well as the martial arts artifact. And there we go. That was a close one, but we did it. Okay, and that was the end of the battle. We get to pick our loot again. Let's see. Shrug it off, removes all debuffs to self, deals 2 damage for each debuff it removed away. Ring of damage control. Every time you deal damage to self, grant +1. You can't grant dodge. Every 3 times you deal damage, grant +1 shield. I'm going to go ahead and pick that. We're going to go into this next map here, the Corrupted King Frog. And here we got a larger map. It looks like we have 2 paths again. So each one with the specialty area and then 2 battles in between and then the boss. So our first one is Mirror of Fate. We'll duplicate one of our gems, and then down here is the Well of Wishes. We can re-roll or duplicate one of our artifacts. It'd be nice to duplicate probably the Ring of Martial Arts. Let's see what the end ones are. Another Feast, and then a Corruption Spread. Spread corruption onto one of your cards. I don't know if that's a good thing though, especially since I am such low in health. I'm gonna go to the top. Top path here seems a lot nicer. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate. So I can duplicate this one, or this one onto any one of these cards. Let's see. I am going to, okay. So I pick it up and then these are the cards I can do it on. So I'm going to upgrade that card, give it 2 gems instead of 1. And now into our next battle. Okay, here we got the Wolf Pack. So they got Incredibly Sharp, which every win inflicts 2 bleed damage. They got Charger, every 3 actions grants them 1 courage. And then Defender, every turn grants them 3+ shield. So we got to beat these kind of fast. And if you look here, we got paper, rock, and scissors like normal. And then at the end here, we have a question mark. So it deals 5 damage if it wins. So it's pretty much RNG based that if you're going to win, lose, or parry. Knowing me, this will be my last fight. Paper, rock, and then scissors. I could do a parry on the other scissors. So let me get this guy. Actually, I got my one with the 2 gems here. So we're going to go ahead and get that one on the first paper. Paper covers rock. And then we're going to do a no effect for the parry. And then I guess we're doing no effect for this. We're going to end our turn. Okay, so let's see what we got. There we go. We won the first one, won the second one. We're going to parry the third one, and we lost the last one, which brought us down so far to 9 health, which is not great, but it's not bad either. So I'm going to put scissors here and then sprint, which will lock that in place. Okay, so this should set us up right. I can put a rock here, a paper here, and a rock here, and then end the turn. And then this way, they shouldn't be able to hit us at all during this turn. We're getting our buffs back up. I do have 1 bleed on me, which is going to hurt me every turn by them, but I'm getting healed up as well because of this Ring of the Leech artifact, which is nice. Okay, so only got 2 cards left, the paper and the rock. I could sprint and get that cramp and just hope that I get good cards. But what I think I'm going to do is going to do the paper on that rock, the rock on that scissor, and then sprint. Give me a little bit better odds, I think. I'm going to put that scissor on that paper and then this paper on that rock and end the turn. Okay, we actually got 13 shield, so it prevents the next 13 amounts of damage, which should save us quite a bit, especially for this one. We have another random one here. So for paper, I'm going to do my scissor. For this rock, I'm going to parry both of these and then sprint. And then I'm going to do paper here at the last one and end my turn. Hopefully I get it right. And let's see. Okay, so it was a parry. That's not bad. Okay, we healed up almost back to full health, which is awesome. We were struggling there at the start, so this is going to help us out tremendously. I do have 16 shields, so that's going to take care of most of the damage if we do get any. So let's see. He's got scissor, paper, rock, and then scissor again. So I think I'm going to do the rock there because we got that gem there that's going to help us out. And then a rock at the end, scissor here, and then paper here. We should be good. This should finish them off. And there we go. We're finishing them off just like that. We got another loot screen here. So we got Smell of Blood. It inflicts 1 bleed and grants 1 courage. That's pretty nice. We got War Cry, which deals 1 damage and then grants 1 courage. And Bite. And inflicts 1 bleed and then grants us a heal. Ooh, that's really nice. I think I'm gonna go ahead and select that. Actually, let me see what these are down here. Ring of Counter. Every time you grant a shield, you deal 1 damage. I granted a lot of shields in the last round. Okay, we got the Ring of Jab as well. At the beginning of the combat, inflict 1 stun, which will help out. Let's see, Ring of the Joker. Every time you inflict weakness, deal 1 damage. I'm going to get that Ring of the Counter because I've been gaining a lot of shields, so the extra damage will help. Then I'm going to get this Bite. I'm going to put the Bite on. I'm going to level up one of my papers. Yeah, I'm gonna level one of my papers. Okay, now he has the Bite. And here we go into our second battle on this map against the Living Corpse. So we got Inhuman. Every turn heals 5% of his total HP. And then Strong Defender. Every turn grants 5+ of a shield. And then Poker. Every 7 actions deals 1 damage. And then Growth. Every 3 turns he grants 1 1 in power. And now he's attacking with scissor, 8 base damage if he hits us with that. Rock is 2 damage, paper 4, and then another scissor for 2. So we really want to at least parry these if we can't win. And down here, let's see, we got paper, 2 scissors, a rock, and another scissor. So I'm going to, let's think about this. Okay, so I think I'm going to rock the first attack, and then here I'm going to put my paper, get the really powerful scissors on that paper, and then here I'm going to parry, and then my turn. And there we go. Every shield that we get as well is damaging him also, which is great. Then of course we got the martial arts dealing damage, and then every time we deal damage we're healing, which is not helping us right now because we're max health, but it did help us out a lot in the past. Okay, so right now I only got the scissors. I'm gonna put that on the paper, yeah, and then I'm gonna sprint. I can put this paper here, and then this paper here, and then the rock there, and then my turn. He shouldn't be able to hit us at all here, which is amazing. Okay, now he's down to 99. We're still max health. Okay, so he's got a random one here, and he's got paper, scissors, and paper. So let me put the scissors over there, the rock. I want to put the rock in the random. No, I'm going to put the rock in the scissors. That way I at least have a guaranteed hit on these 2 spots. Sprint, see what I get. Put the scissors on that paper, and then I'm going to put a rock there. Okay, and let's see what we got. Are we going to win, lose, or parry? So he parried. Okay, I can't complain about that. And then this last scissor should do more damage. Awesome. He's down to 60. He was down to 67, but he has that heal, so he's backed up to 72. Scissor, rock, paper, scissor. So put that there. Put that there, parry that, sprint so we don't get a cramp, and then put that there and turn. There we go. After he healed up, he's back at 54. He was down to 48, but then he went up to 54. So we got rock, scissor, paper, and rock. Looking down here, so I can do paper for you, rock for you, scissor for you. Go ahead and get my hand cramp, and I'm going to parry that rock. But next round, I'm going to have 3 scissors and then a hand cramp. So I might be taking some damage next round. I am getting a lot of shield as well. I do got regeneration and courage. Okay, he's down to 11, so I'm not too worried. I still have max health. He does have a random one here, and he's got 2 papers. So my scissors are going to help out here. I can scissor that, parry that. And then I'm going to do the hand cramp, which still does 1 damage whether we win or not. So this should take him out. Yep, we went ahead and took him out. We're back on our loot screen. Okay, so we have Strong, which deals 3 damage and grants 2 courage. Go Face, which deals 6 damage. And these are tier 3 gems. We got a tier 2 gem of Double Cut, deal 1 damage to self, and then deal 4 damage. The Ring of Jab at the beginning of combat, inflict 1 stun. A Ring of Weakness at the beginning of combat, inflict 2 weakness. Then Ring of the Berserker, 1 damage to self, and then 3 damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the 6 damage and put it on, I'm gonna do my growth rock. Oh, I can't put it on those. Okay, so it's gonna go there. Oh, that's some cool artwork. So now he deals 6 damage plus the 4, so 10 damage altogether. I could get that other gem as well and put it on the other one. Oh, this one is only for scissors. I didn't notice that the scissors were in there. I want to get the Ring of Jab as well. I think that might be a little bit helpful during the boss. Get him a stun in there. Let's go to the tavern and see what we have. So again, we got the -1 scissor base plus 1 paper, but 7 max HP. I think the fish was the best last time. Nope, we don't need that one. 3 paper, -2 HP, plus 2 scissor, plus 3 HP. Let's get as much health as we can. So we'll pick that one. We're going from 23 to 31, which is awesome because right now we're going into the boss. Okay, and here we got the Corrupted King Frog. So he's got a lot of attributes that we got to look out for. He's got the Corruption. Every 3 turns, Corruption lashes out. The Rager. Every 15% of missing HP, he grants 1 Empower. Defensive Retreat removes all buffs on self. Becomes shelled after 2 turns. The Colossal Charger. Every 2 actions, he grants 1 Courage. Heavily Spiked. Every 3 actions, he grants 1 Riposte. I think that's how you say it. And then the Dazing Blow, which every 6 actions inflicts 1 stun. Here he's already got a cramp, so whatever we play there is automatically going to win. Then we got rock, scissor, scissor. So I can put my 2 rocks here. We have my paper here. I don't want to play my scissor yet, or yeah, go ahead and do that one. Get him a bleed, which I think is going to get cleansed though. He's got the after 2 turns. So after the next turn, that's going to be cleansed. But at least for now, it's going to get him down a little bit, which is nice. And again, we're still hitting for every shield that we grab, and we're grabbing a lot of shields, and we're hitting for every 3 turns. Every card that we play deals 3 extra damage. So that's going to be 12 extra damage here. Okay, so we have another random one. He's got a scissor here and a scissor there. I want to put the scissor on the random. Sprint. do rock with that one, paper with there, and then we're gonna parry. We're gonna parry with him, and in the turn, we might get lucky here. They might have paper there, so we might win. Nope, we parried. It's still okay. We are down a little bit of health, but we're fine. Okay, so we are down some health. He actually did get another attribute here. So during that, he's got removes all buffs on selves and becomes shelled after 2 turns. I thought he had that already, unless it went away and then came back. So I'm already cramped there because of the corruption, I believe. Where did I place that? I got a hand cramp somehow. It wants me to place that in there? No, deals always win. So yeah, no matter what, that's always going to win. So might as well put that there and deal 1 damage anyways. So we got rock, scissor, and paper here. So I'm gonna put the bleeding. Let's go with the big one there. Parry that one, and then sprint. Get the paper there, and then go. And we should get healed up a little bit here as well. We should be fine. And right there, the corruption just hit me for 8, but I got 1 on him. He's down to 119. I'm down to 26. I think we're going to be fine. It keeps putting a hand cramp in here. I guess that's part of the corruption. That might be what corruption does. It corrupts me and then cramps my hand and plays it. Can I put that in my deck? Yes, I can. So I don't have to play it. 2 rocks and 2 scissors to deal with. Rocks for both of these. Rock parry the big 14. I think I want to parry the big 10 as well. Get the 6 and then only take 5 damage. I think that's the best bet. Wait, he's got more. So I'm going to do that one. Over here on the 14, hit him with that first. No, because that's just going to parry and not give me the effects. Yep, I think we're good here. He's got 1 more turn before he is shelled and removes all of the buffs on himself. He's down to 82. I'm down to 26. I think we're still in a good spot here. Let's see. I got this. I'm going to put that in the random one and sprint. It's going to lock that, but I think I'll be okay. Yeah, so we got paper for this rock for that 15, and then we can parry this one and then my turn. And I was defeated. Okay, so here's my statistics. I defeated 6 enemies, total number of turns 32. I dealt 662 damage. My longest artifact chain was 9. I activated them 410 times. So here is my cards and the gems I had on them as well. All in all, I don't think I did too bad, but that's going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button. It does help out the channel. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. If you got any thoughts or ideas for my next video, please drop them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.